Oh, this is the map. You can't click on anything yet, though. Rest. Tutorial. Hunger is at the heart of a vampire's existence. To ignore it is to tempt the beast to take over in its desire to feed. To overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade while staining what humanity you have left. Yeah, so this is a thing in Bloodlines too, like your humanity points that you can win or lose. Or I don't know if you can win them in this game, but you can lose them by like killing quote unquote innocent people, people who weren't actively attacking you or trying to hurt you. And like doing other stuff that like most people consider immoral, I guess, in polite society. And if you lose too many humanity points, at least in Bloodlines, then the beast takes over. And also, you can get in trouble with the Masquerade if you get caught murdering people and breaking the law and stuff in broad daylight. Or not broad daylight, broad nighttime, I guess. Broad moonlight. In Coteries in Newark, having high hunger is indicated by a progressively thicker, bloody frame around the screen, like the one you see now. That's cool. That's really cool. Instead of it being like a bar or something, it's like the screen. That's really cool. I like that design. That's really cool. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers, or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning after you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. Some choices might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off some choices as you will be able to see after pressing continue. Interesting. Blocked off option because of hunger. Continue. Nice. That's also really interesting. I like that. To decrease your hunger, you will need to feed, obviously. Whenever you see a feeding opportunity, you can take the risk to hunt and slake your hunger. Feeding opportunity. You will need to keep the hunger at bay if you are to uphold the masquerade and survive the nights that await you. Okay. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solid metal door is closed. Normally you'd stretch for a bit. On some mornings you'd probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer. But that was before. The way you woke up now, you are fully conscious. No grogginess, nothing weighing you down, just the nagging need in the back of your head. Hunger, not as severe as the last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock on the TV shows you the time, 9:04 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is NYC's artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You missed the sunlight already. I think I'd be fine, actually. I'm more of a nighttime person. I like it when it's dark out. You're seriously considering just walking out of the apartment and figuring all this out by yourself, but then you come back to the memory of Qadir's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea, after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour, and then switch to streaming services. Almost as if the universe has a sense of irony, you catch True Blood in the flood of recommendations. The doorbell rings. Oh my god, that scared me. It's Sophie. Good evening, Ash. Slept well? Like a baby, like a dead man, it's not exactly sleep, right? I mean, technically we slept well, so... like a baby. A delightful choice of words, so appropriate. Newborn, kindred, lost and confused in the night. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself, your blood, its desires, and its power. We will begin tonight. You are hungry, yes? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy, the blood. The drinks we had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So tonight I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the kind's vulnerabilities to your advantage. Predator and prey, huh? Grim. So let me get this straight. We are predators, humans are prey. That's pretty grim. I know what you feel. I remember the notion. But you will inevitably grow beyond it. You need blood to thrive, but there are many ways to take it, some more humane than others. You will find that drinking moderate amounts of it regularly will keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there's a balance to be found there. Sorry. The kiss gives the kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to this sensation. But if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? She gives you a sly, knowing smile. Alright, we should probably check out the dictionary again. Did we check out sire and child already? Sire, a vampire's begetter, the kindred who created them. Child, a vampire created through the embrace. The child is the progeny of their sire. This term is often used derogatorily, indicating inexperience. The plural is childer, interesting. The masquerade. The habit or tradition of hiding the human existence of vampires from humanity, designed to protect vampires from destruction at the hands of mankind. Sorry. The masquerade was adopted. We'd be kind of vibes if this was lesbian, though, won't lie. Problematic, sure, but who doesn't love toxic Yuri? Yeah, I love toxic Yuri. Love a good toxic Yuri. I would love if this was lesbian, but I didn't get the lesbian option. Well, I had the opportunity to play a woman, but she was a former CEO who gets embraced by a Ventru, and I don't want to be Ventru. I don't want to be one of the fucking 1% vampires. That does not sound like a fun, good time for my playthrough. They don't describe this character as a man. They describe him with he, him pronouns, but they describe him as an artist, which he is, but they've never described him as, like, with any gendered terms, just, like, the artist, so I guess you could make the argument that this character is non-binary. So technically, I guess you could make the argument that this still could be Toxic Yuri. But I don't know if that's what they were going for. Where were we? Designed to protect vampires from destruction at the hands of mankind, the masquerade was adopted after the medieval Inquisition claimed many kindred unlives. Yeah, that's in Swan Song too, the Inquisition. Because then we have the second Inquisition in Swan Song. Oh, boo! Yeah, boo indeed. The traditions. The 6 traditions form the core framework for governance among the kindred. The first tradition, the masquerade, thou shalt not reveal thy true nature. The second tradition, the domain, thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. The third tradition, the progeny, thou shalt only sire another with permission of thine elder. The fourth tradition, the accounting, those thou create are thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. The fifth tradition, hospitality, honor one another's domain. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. The sixth tradition, destruction, thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. The right of destruction belongeth only to thine elder. Okay. Kind, a term for mortals. Kind is mortals, right. I was getting confused by that earlier, right. Kind is mortals, not vampires, right. A term for mortals largely contemptuous. The phrase kindred and kind refers to the world at large, everything, right. So kindred are vampires and the kind are mortals, yeah. Kindred, the Camarilla term for vampires as a whole, or a single vampire, according to the rumor this According to rumor, this term came about in the 15th or 16th century after the Anarch revolt. That's interesting. I wonder if we're going to get Anarchs in this game, because so far we haven't seen them. Sect, a group of vampires arguably united under a common philosophy. The two most widely known sects currently populating the night are the Camarilla and the Anarch movement. And then you get the Sabbat in Bloodlines, which are a whole other thing. The sheriff ensures that traditions and the decrees of the prince are punished. Or obeyed. I can't read. Oh my god, sorry. Are obeyed, hunts down violators, and delivers just punishment. In the case of minor violations or known enemies of the Camarilla, the sheriff is usually authorized to act both as judge and jailer/executioner, but when it comes to greater offenses, they will deliver the accused to the court to be judged. Bad vibes all around. Elysium, a place where vampires may gather without fear of harm. Court functions in Elysium are strictly kept apart from mortals and surrounded by secrecy, but the Elysium building itself could be a public museum, a gallery, or a club. Bergenheim is an Anarch Elysium. The Louvre is a Camarilla Elysium. Interesting. The kiss. An act of drinking blood, usually from a mortal. The kiss causes feelings of ecstasy in those who receive it. That's interesting. The embrace. The act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. The embrace requires the vampire to drain her victim and then replace that victim's blood with a bit of her own. She gives you a side knowing smile. I read that already. That is why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. How to avoid being seen, how to cover your tracks, how you select a victim. These are all valid questions, but how to avoid being seen while feeding? You isolate your prey, or choose the right circumstances. People tend to avert their gaze when they see a couple intertwined in public. Love bites are easy to explain away. Great, okay. Some of us keep willing herds, or even just individual kind who desire the kiss. That comes at a greater risk these nights, though, so I would not recommend it to a young kindred like yourself. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out you risk the ire of other kindred on whose domains you trespass. Lucky for you, NYC is more forgiving in this regard. Huh, interesting. New York is in somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods remain contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. To wit, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs. Gregory is waiting for us. The busy street fills the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that disorient you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. Catch yourself. Did you really just think of these people as mere sources of blood? It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her and then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somewhat thinned New York traffic. It's still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. Yeah, my throat's starting to give up on me, because I have to do so much reading. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. You feel a pang of emotion as you realize this is where you took part in the exhibition just 2 nights prior. Same address, and you suspect, same hall. To what ends has it been repurposed tonight? Come, Ash. Park the car, Gregory, will you? The driver just nods, and Sophie gets out. You join her, and the two of you walk through the glass doors together, then take the elevator up. You first notice an empty stage with the instruments of a string quartet still in the back, then take in the few dozen chairs in front of it. The concert seeming concluded, the patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out all over the hall. Sophie strides confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that she flashes in front of a security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred, but consider this evening a small gift from your patron. I'm hoping to procure for you a willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about taking small sips. It's one I have a soft spot for. Don't damage her. Now let's see here. Ah, there he is. She notices somebody in the crowd, flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. Sophie is beautiful. Just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How's your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl. Come over, please. There's somebody I'd like you to meet. The young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple hair dye that she doesn't fit this crowd. I feel called out. Specifically my 17-year-old self, because that was literally me, with purple hair and mismatched earrings. Julie, this is Julie, this is Ash. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. I'm positive you'll like each other. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods toward the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure what it is exactly Sophie expects you to do. You reach a secluded space from which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intently, then laugh when she does. Julie saves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. What am I doing for her voice? If you're with Sophie, then I guess you're, I mean that you know. She puts her wrist to her lips and gives herself a theatrical nip, then looks to you embarrassed, but also hopeful. Oh, look, it's me. Only I'd probably be seeking out Sophie. Yeah, I do. I don't know what you're talking about. What, you're into that sort of thing? What, you're into that sort of thing sort of sounds judgmental, so maybe I should just say, yeah, I do. I find it amusing when a character appears and your camera overlays where their head is. It's like the character talking. Yeah, well, I can't put my camera I could put my camera on, like, the left side instead of the right side, but then I guess it wouldn't cover my overlay because you guys can't see my overlay. Hang on. Let's put me here instead. Let's see how that goes. That actually might be better overall. How's that? Okay. No, it's okay. Well, it's too late. See if I already changed it. Yes, I do. She takes off her jacket, unbuttons her sleeve, then rolls it up. You see a tattoo of a cat in an astronaut suit, one feline eye winking at you. It's cute. There, just enjoy. A perfectly awkward smile and a blush. Drink from Julie. You take her forearm in your hands. A quick look around confirms nobody's watching, and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down, gently. It's surreal. She's just given you her blood of her own volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. Your thoughts disappear amid the bliss. There's just the taste. Sweet, fresh, sanguine. You drink. And drink. And drink. Okay, we need to stop now. No, stop. You tear away from the girl harder than you wanted. Still, the bite leaves just tiny punctures. Almost as if by instinct you lick them clean and the 2 holes become concealed just like that. Julie is now leaning on the wall, pale, wobbly on her feet, but happy? She lets out a dreamy sigh, opens her eyes. A few tears fall onto her shirt. Tears of joy. Thank you. Can you please walk me downstairs, please? My dad, he doesn't know. Thinks it's a condition. Miss Langley told him so. That's a bit concerning. I mean, you are an adult, but you're only 19, so... She leans on you and requests you walk her over to a bench. She takes a seat and smiles at you. The crowd around Sophie disperses slowly. Looking at her now, only some residual awe hangs in the air. Yes, she's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. Rip. What came over you before? You walk over to her. Edgar, dear, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with, Ash. Gregory is waiting for you out front. It's only in the car that Sophie addresses you. I can tell from your look that you took the opportunity. Good for you. That girl's exquisite, don't you think? You wouldn't tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion. Oh, sorry, this is Sophie. You would tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion. It brings out a unique bouquet in her blood. Sorry, my back really hurts. There we go. Her blood was delicious. She knows who we are. I feel like I took advantage of her. Well, I feel this, but I also feel this, and I also kind of want to ask this, so I don't know. I feel like I took advantage of her. This feels all wrong. I feel like I violated her, like I took advantage of her. Please spare me your dramatics. I'm sure she was happy sharing herself. She's such a sheltered girl. Let her have fun from time to time. I mean, fair enough, I guess. Time for the next stop. Training wheels off this time. Gregory, Flushing Meadows, please. The driver takes the car over the Williamsburg Bridge. You settle your thoughts. What did you do to the people back there? Those people back at the hall, they were all entranced. Even I was under your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. That's like Auspex, right? That old trick? Just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned with experience. I can sway people or make them fear me. I see more of the world, and in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision and grace. Yeah, that's, Look, the name's escaping me, but there's a specific name for, like, the super speed power in Bloodlines that the, Toreadors have. It's, oh, it's, like, on the tip of my brain. Celerity. Celerity, that's what it's called. Celerity. It was gonna drive me crazy. The music is very ASMR. Yeah, it is. I like it. Yeah, so there's Auspex and Celerity. And I can't remember what the other Toreador power is. All of these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. What are my powers? How do I use my powers? My powers should be the same as hers, right? Because I'm also a toreador. What are my powers? Okay, so what are my talents? Time will tell. You need to discover them yourself. When we arrive, experiment. Give different things a try. Follow your instinct and intuition. It will guide the blood. Oh, so you develop different things just randomly? It has nothing to do with your type? I forget what they're called in this game. I'm totally blanking on the name, like your vampire group, you know? Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It is fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents for the right place and time. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, Malkavians can do obfuscate, which, like, makes people, like... No, obfuscate is the invisibility one. Makes you turn invisible. Can do hysteria, which basically inflicts madness on another person, which is very interesting. That's basically what Laisha does to that, or can do to that one random nurse woman in like the final part of Swan Song when you're trying to rescue her daughter. And also I think they have aspect. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car, with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Poor Gregory. Hopefully he's getting paid well. I mean, I guess it's not too bad if you like driving. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight, the stars just barely visible in the light-polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go look for somebody to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood, but only pick one victim, just one. Then come back. Seeing how she seems not altogether here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. Oh, Sophie is hot. Did you just notice that? Yeah, because I moved my face. You can, like, fully see her now. Yeah, she's hot. It makes me so mad that, like, my character we're playing as, or I'm playing as, I don't know why I keep saying we, like, we're collectively involved in this experience. Technically, I'm the only one playing the game. The character that I'm playing was like, Sophie's not my type. Like, what the hell are you talking about? From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just taking a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jogger or someone like them could work, but focusing on one area might work better. The New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a state park nearby, and worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate wino around. Okay. Or maybe the tennis court nearby. There's light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing a late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. All these scenarios play out in your mind. As these scenarios play out in your mind, you realize you're planning how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but now, the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Okay, well... here's the thing. I don't want to prey on, like, the edges of society, like homeless people and addicts or whatever, just because it's easy. Like, that's unfortunate, and that's just shitty, and, like, I just don't want to do that. So, like, if I can avoid it, I would like to try nom-nom on some rich people, and tennis court does to me suggest someone with money, because I think tennis equipment is kind of expensive, but I'm not entirely sure because I've never bought a tennis racket before. Kill rich, tennis. Okay, you seem to be on the same, like, wavelength as me. Yeah. So, let's take a look. Look for prey at the tennis courts. You decide the tennis courts are as good a place as any and make your way to the bright glow of the lamps illuminating the area. If there's 2 people, it's going to be a bit difficult because that's going to leave me with a witness. Fuck. Because we're only supposed to kill one. Sorry, we're not killing anyone. We're only supposed to feed off of one person, so unless I have the power to, like, make people see shit, which I don't know if I have right now, then we might be screwed. As you guessed, a pair of players, 2 men, fit but older, maybe pushing 60, are finishing up a match. They are the only ones there. It's time to make a move. Barge into the showers or presence, lure a player away. Let's try presence. But we don't know if we have that power. If you think back to what Sophie did in the hall, how she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering on her, that might be a tall order for you, but a single person could be doable. You wait patiently until the 2 men hit the showers, get out, and say their goodbyes. If they go their separate ways and one of them notices you standing there, you immediately grab his attention. Good evening. What voice am I doing for this man? Good evening. Oh yes, should I be nice, or... I don't know. I don't really think it matters either way, but like... Oh yes, very good, you? Oh yeah, I'm having a blast, you? Won both sets. Not bad for a grandpa. He's clearly very happy with himself. You decide there won't be a better moment to strike. Moving closer, casually at first, then closing the distance in a single leap, you sink your fangs into his flesh. His blood flows fast and feels energizing. You'd never expect an invigorating taste like this from a guy who's at least your father's age. You only take as much as you need right now. I was talking to someone the other day how mad it is that men feel safe just doing exercise in public at night. Literally, I was just thinking that, like, the insanity of this situation. Like, they're in 2s, so it's not like some guy by himself, but they're in like a group of 2, so it's not just some guy by himself, but still, literally, like, men will fully go jogging at night. And it's like wild to me. Completely and utterly wild. Yeah, insanity, truly. You only take as much as you need right now. Though a voice at the back of your mind urges you to keep drinking. Fit or not, you don't want this guy on your conscience if you take too much. But he's a grandpa. Nobody would hurt a grandpa, would they? I mean, we're not gonna murder him, but like, we just need a little snack. Just a little nom nom. Just a little nom nom nom. You put him on the ground gently and make your way back to Sophie. As you're leaving the courts, oh boy, a figure emerges from the shadows and stops you in your tracks. Oh no, the teeth! Skyrim reference there. Yeah, I got it. A hooded man is looking menacingly at you. Oh no. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Who is this? I'm sorry. Who? The vibes are immediately, like, so confusing. Okay. What do you think you're doing barging in on my turf like this, Lick? Lick, what kind of slur is that? Or didn't mean to trespass, I'm gone. Piss off or else. Lick, what kind of slur is that? What did you call me? A lick? What is that supposed to mean? Don't be cute with me. I know what you are. Shove that masquerade bullshit up your ass. Better tell me who you're with before my posse shows up and we beat it out of you. Oh, should I drop Sophie's name or say I'm with the Camarilla or... I'm here with Sophie Langley. I came here with Sophie Langley. She's my patron. Doesn't ring a bell. Sounds fancy though. He licks his lip, exposing his fangs and looking at you ferociously. A nervous tick or an attempt at intimidation. I wonder, what would Callahan do to you if I brought you in, huh? Break your shins? Leave you out to be kissed by the sun? Ooh, concrete shoes, maybe. He's old school like that. But do we have celerity is the question? We don't know if we have celerity. I guess we might as well try. Bite him first. Well, like, we're a fledgling, and I don't know if we're strong enough to take him on. I choose attack. Alright, fine. The chat has spoken, and the chat meaning Steve. Let's try attacking him. If this goes badly, it's on you. You decide the time for talking is over. You rush him and throw him off balance. Landing on the ground, he's fast but weak. The brawl takes a bit out of both of you. Suddenly, you hear heavy footsteps closing in, and the thug is snatched from over you. He hits a tree hard, and before he can recover, a sharp piece of wood pierces his chest. It's Gregory, Sophie's driver, who deals the blow. Nice, Gregory. The hoodlum is rendered inert. His eyes remain open, but he does not move and does not protest when Gregory puts him over his shoulder. Yeah, because he's in torpor. Miss Langley is waiting for us. Come, before your snack wakes up. He points to your victim, who is just coming to, and gives you a somewhat snarky smile, then breaks into a swift walk towards the Unisphere. Thanks for the help. Hey, thanks for the help. Miss Langley asked me to look out for you. She suspected you'd get into trouble. Well, that's kind of insulting, but accurate. Buffy just showed up. Yeah, Buffy, like, is actually Gregory in this universe. Gregory the Vampire Slayer. He seems to realize he might have said too much and just keeps walking, somewhat embarrassed. Buffered. Oh, is that like the male version of Buffy? Sure. Buffered. You reach the Unisphere together with the hoodlum in tow. Two figures are visible near the sculpture, a man and a woman, tangled in a passionate embrace. No, not exactly. It's Sophie, feeding, but this whole scene is set up so that it looks like a pair getting intimate in public. She pulls it off like she's done it 100 times before. It occurs to you that she probably has. The man is unsure on his feet as she lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. She nods to Gregory as you approach. And what do we have here? Did this kindred give you trouble, Ash? He mentioned a Callahan. Ring any bells? He said something about presenting me to somebody named Callahan. Ever heard of him? She looks shocked for a split second, then recovers her regular countenance. Yes, I have. This hoodlum is Anarch, then. Anarchs. They showed up, and I guess they're not going to be the good guys in this game. Curious. Corona Park has not been claimed by any kindred last I checked. Let's go to the car. We'll put him in the trunk and present him to Qadir tomorrow night. I'm sure he'll be delighted to make this unbalanced acquaintance. Gregory carries the staked vampire and dumps him in the car's trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy you're not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. It's almost surprising that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and driving away, but then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera or picked up by a rando with a half-decent smartphone and streamed online fills you with dread. Hunting and using your abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. You're taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I will pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I have some business to attend to at Elysium, and I expect you to accompany me. Plus, our friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Qadir and the prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Oh, we check dictionary again. I think now we have... Yeah, domain, the area of a particular vampire's influence. Princes claim entire cities as their domains, sometimes allowing lesser vampires to claim domain within. Lick. A derogatory term usually used to address young and unexperienced vampires. Great, we got whole new slurs. The Anarch movement. A vampire sect that opposes the tyranny of elders and has placed itself outside the secret society of Camarilla. Yeah, the Anarchs are significantly more communist-leaning in Bloodlines. Like, this one character actually, like, talks about, like, I can't remember the exact line, but she's like, you know, freedom of the people. We shouldn't be, like, run by just, like, one person. We should all have the right to, like, have a say in, like, how we do things. And she goes on this whole, basically, like, what's basically, like, a communist rant. And I was like, this game came out in 2005, and we've got, like, leftist talking points in my, like, 2004 vampire game, which is pretty funny. Court. The social system of a city is kindred, resembling the feudal system of mortals. Yikes. At the top is the prince, below them the members of the Primogen Council. Yeah, the Primogen, however you say that, is, like, there's usually, like, I think one representative from each clan, is it? I keep forgetting what the term is to, like, describe, like, the vampire groupings. Below them is, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Order in the domain is maintained by a sheriff. The gatherings are organized in secret sanctuaries known as Elysiums. Yeah, it's not sects, because sects with the CT are, like, the Camarilla and the Anarchs. So it's not, like, yeah, but I'm trying to think of the distinctions between, like, vampire types, you know, like the Ventru and, like, Toreadors, Malkavians, you know, like different bloodlines and stuff. I forget what they're called, but anyways. Just the internet is so, oh, yeah. It's all kind of with the caveat of them exploiting humans, though, I think. Yeah, there is that. Like, I think it's less of, like, an explicit thing in, Bloodlines, but... Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is kind of, like, implied to be a thing that's always going to be going on in the background. Because most vampires don't really have like high opinions of humans. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like the enchanting personality she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. What's gonna happen to him? Good riddance, the guy's an asshole. I'd do the same thing in his place. What's gonna happen to him? The usual, I imagine. Interrogation by Qadir, probably in the basement of the gallery. A quick trial with the prince in attendance, if she's there tomorrow night. A swift execution as the verdict. This all sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel a pang of guilt when you think about what awaits this guy tomorrow night. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope? I think so, yeah. I think I am, yeah. I'll cope. I'm glad. She doesn't question you further. She seems distracted, not all there. Her thoughts drift, and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We will pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory, with a body in the trunk right in the middle of Manhattan. Did you cross paths with situations like these in the past, unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just as you left it hours ago. Although the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today. It'll take time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, block the door. A moment of hesitation, but then a decision. This time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie. How many people in the city know about this vampiric society? How many are willing accomplices in sustaining it? And the thug you met at in the park, if he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off your list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms like an old friend. Yeah, let's rest. I think we got a new dictionary thing, though. Haven, a vampire's home or base where they find sanctuary from the sun. Yeah, I could have figured that one out. Rest. You open your eyes. It's pitch dark here, the blackness of a coffin drifting into the abyss. Oh, right, the light. You grasp for the switch, flip it. The familiar cramped room with the steel door and no windows comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you, comfortably seated on the on the sofa in your living room space, a book in her hand, The Melancholy of Resistance. The title is sure on brand. Good evening, Ash. How did you get inside? How did you get inside the apartment? After a long and spirited battle, I managed to defeat the lock. You mean you picked the lock? She produces a keychain with a faceted emerald at the end and jingles it in the air with a wry smile. Oh, she was making a joke, right? It's my apartment, remember? Come, we have an appointment. I received word Elysium would be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was thinking of wrapping it up soon, but I think I've seen like bits of a playthrough of this before, and I want to play this scene before I wrap it up because this is when you get to meet a Malkavian, and I think it's interesting, and I want to talk about it a bit. But the other Malkavian that you meet later on is like gives you even more to discuss, but we definitely won't get there today. She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregory gives you a slight nod and a small smile while opening the door for Sophie. He starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the Primogen Council is bound to be there, at least those who usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you do well to at least learn about. Who should I talk to? Anyone I should talk to when we arrive? Not especially. My advice would be to try to talk to the prince and perhaps reassure her of her gratefulness for being spared. Maybe speak to Qadir on the same topic if you get a hold of him. The Primogen I would advise against. They are rather stuck up, all told. And even if they will talk to you, they might try to secure you for some nefarious purpose. I wouldn't appreciate that. Of course, be respectful if anybody approaches you and strikes up a conversation. You will no doubt be gossiped about, as will I. Keep a cool head. Some enjoy provoking fledglings into stupid acts. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. But did I just say Patreon? Christ alive. Patron! I have a reputation to uphold in the court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She may have saved you. She might be protecting and teaching you, but it's clear what she's really concerned about. Her own interests. Yeah, no shit. You step into the art hall with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down and your existence nearly ended. The background music feels kind of loud to me. Is it loud for you? I kind of want to turn it down a bit. But tonight there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Qadir gives you a look that is definitely intended to remind you of your place, but the prince, also in attendance, seems pleased to see you. Welcome, Sophie. Ash, did I get that right? Good evening to both of you. I understand there is somebody else you wish to present to the court tonight. Yes, Prince. They will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. The prince gives Qadir a cold glance. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's in a particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with Ash's begetter eluding his grasp, I believe. Ouch. That must have hurt his ego. If his only reply is a crooked smile. Even if his only reply is a crooked smile, Jesus. The mention of your sire makes you feel a pang of emotion again. Whoever he was, he left a lasting impression. One reinforced with your visit to the show space last night. That's the past. Right now, though, you're back in the gallery and are reminded of your sister instead. Emma frequents this place. Is she aware of these clandestine meetings after dark? The flaring up of whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room, the jumpsuit-clad, inert vampire, still staked on his shoulder. The show's about to start. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room and nods respectfully to Qadir. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captive's eyes flicker to life and he starts looking around in disbelief. Like a cornered animal, he backs out on all fours, keeps going in circles until he realizes he's trapped. Qadir steps on the man's chest and pins him to the floor. Why, who do we have here? Oh fuck, oh shit, oh no. Come on, don't... Silence. The sheriff takes on an aura of utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature that's out to get you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do but shrivel and tear. Qadir? Brother? Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm not sure. groupie. Sorry, my back is still... Anyways. Arabic name, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The beast inside you shrieks, and you could swear it happened in unison with the instincts. I just realized I gave him a southern accent. Well, I mean, that could still work. Like, yeah, in unison with the instincts of some of the other guests here tonight. It's unlike anything you've experienced in his company during your turbulent first night as a vampire. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. Seems like it takes a lot of the hoodlum's willpower to not crawl into a fetal position and start crying. No, please, don't hurt me, man, don't. You and me are gonna have a little talk downstairs, at the prince's discretion. Please go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up, let's go. He doesn't wait for confirmation. He just grabs the man and drags him kicking and screaming out of the room. Conversations start all around you, some whispered, some quite overt. Sophie looks somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. Torture in an art gallery will... I'm pretty sure Qadir will manage on his own. He's the sheriff. Torture in an art gallery? For how cultured you all seem, torturing somebody in an art gallery doesn't seem to faze you. Oh, please, do keep your naivete to yourself. Power and violence have always been two sides of the same coin. Most of us here are far too old to bother with keeping up appearances. Yeah, that's fair, honestly. She's being honest about it. Excuse me. Sophie leaves your side and goes to a corner of the gallery where a group of kindred, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. A concierge offers you a drink, still warm. It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the insides of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices. You have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman that you recall seeing here those few nights ago. She has a cold but noble countenance to her. Their conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns your attention to the bespectacled man who you saw with Sophie on the night of your judgment. He's making the rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near a column, watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. Try to talk to the prince, shout up the man with the glasses, confront the man looking at you. I want to confront the man looking at me, because I think he might be Malkavian, based on what I remember. There's something about this guy. It's not that he's staring at you. Most everybody in this room has at one point or another. It's how he does it. He seems shy, maybe even afraid. It's hard to find a secluded spot in the gallery tonight, but this guy has the entire corner of the room all to himself. As you approach, he's standing alone with no glass in hand, a worried look on his face. Something wrong? You look worried. Is something wrong? Oh no, this is a different guy. Whoopsie daisies. Who's Robert Larson? What? Besides hanging out with blood-drinking monsters and acting like it's no big deal? No, I guess it's business as usual. His bitterness is palpable. Sorry. Having a bad night. Name's Larson, or you can call me Robert. Either's fine. Oh, I actually don't remember. Maybe he's the Malkavian. But you think that another vampire wouldn't refer to other vampires as blood-drinking monsters? But anyways. Why are you standing here alone like this? Why are you standing around by yourself like this? I'm not hugely liked around these parts. I'm surprised you wanted to talk to me. Then again, you're new, so you probably don't know. I'm one of Prince Panhard's primogen. I'm here on business, in case the prince requires my insight. Usually it's so she can hear me out before ignoring me. Yeah, I think this is the Malkavian primogen. Not sure if you were paying attention the other night, but when the prince mentioned diverging opinions on whether you should be executed or not, that was me. I was the diverging opinion. What was your reasoning? Not that I'm ungrateful, but out of curiosity, what was your reasoning? My reasoning? Just common sense. That you shouldn't be blamed for being assaulted and essentially murdered to boot, but as Qadir loves to say, the traditions are clear. Listen, I don't want to be rude, and I appreciate you reaching out, but word of advice, stay away from me. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as primogen to be some kind of joke, you know? You talk to me, they'll notice, and they'll hold it against you. You have a quick look behind you and see that a few of the kindred keep shooting you curious glances. One woman in particular, a redhead boosting a fanciful hairstyle, watches you disapprovingly. Some of them already do, I imagine. Excuse me, I need to try to get a word in with a few primogen members before Qadir returns. Enjoy your night. But, like, I think it's interesting how he mentions, like, if you talk to me, the others are gonna judge you. And, like, a lot of people think of my position as primogen as a joke, and the prince never actually listens to me. She just pretends to hear me out before ignoring me, which I think is particularly significant regarding disability politics, because that's literally, like, what being disabled is like. Arguably what being marginalized is like in general, when, like, people claim to want to listen to you, to, like, hear you out, like people in power, they claim to want to take your concerns seriously, and then they don't actually take your concerns seriously. It's just in service of, like, gestures of, like, seeming like they care, but they don't actually. And the, like, social ridicule and, like, isolation thing, like, anyone, like, even so much as, like, anyone, like, talking to a Malkavian is gonna be, like, judged and made fun of just by association. Like, yep, that's a pretty common experience amongst many a disabled person and many a neurodivergent person. I definitely went through that as a kid. With his fancy turtleneck sweater with the zip at the top. Yeah, I know. I get what you mean. He definitely does look like a tech pro. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. We'll be having more Malkavian discourse as the game goes on, when we get to meet the other one. With just the critical looks of a few kindred to keep you company, you start thinking about who to pursue next. You notice Sophie mingling with other kindred, clearly in her element and not to be disturbed. Qadir hasn't come back yet, so you can probably still find time for at least one conversation. Let's try to talk to the prince. You approach the prince, trying to stay as respectful of her private conversation as possible. She glances at you as you step forward, her scrutinizing gaze mimicked by her companion. She addresses the dark-skinned woman before turning to you. Excuse me for just a moment, Samira. Yes, Ash? What is it? I wanted to give you my thanks. I wish to thank you for sparing me, Prince. I realize it wasn't an easy decision to make, and I wanted to express my sincere appreciation. How thoughtful of you. She takes a long look at you before she continues. I didn't do it from the kindness of my unbeating heart. You're an asset to Miss Langley, to the Camarilla, and to me. I believe I made the right decision. Prove to me and the other kindred of the city that it was so, and there might be more to your future nights than just survival and servitude. The dark-skinned woman looks impatiently at you and catches the prince's attention. Forgive me, that's all the time I can spare right now. We have some things to discuss with Samira still. Enjoy your night, Ash. Same to you, Prince Panhard. And the same to you, Prince Panhard. The prince nods and turns back to the other woman to continue their conversation. A loud exchange near the staircase grabs everybody's attention. Qadir is back, and the hoodlum is with him. The sheriff pushes the other vampire inside the room. The vampire that threatened you last night is a mess. That stupid hat is still inexplicably on his head, covering some of his ruined face in welcome shadow. He's barely conscious. His shin is broken, you think, something protruding there, making the pant leg bulge. One arm seems twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood, surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. Well, Qadir, did our guests cooperate? Tell the prince your name. It's Howard. And who do you run with, Howard? The Midnighters. An Anarch Coterie, my prince. Active for some time now, though from what this one has told me, the name is about the only legacy the group has kept over the years. I see. Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I didn't. A loud crack makes some of the guests audibly gasp as Qadir's slap dislocates the man's jaw. A spray of blood creates something like an abstract art piece on the floor. This one is guilty of threatening a member of the Camarilla and claiming a domain without the prince's approval. That alone will be enough to pass Switch judgment, but he's also Anarch's scum. My prince? There can only be one verdict. Final death. Do your duty, Sheriff. Unless, of course, somebody would like to play at being a good Samaritan like our dear Miss Langley a few nights ago. The look the prince serves you and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm under yours in a strange public show of affection. Nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps to his feet and makes for the window. Stop Howard from escaping, do not intervene. I mean, he's probably not going to make it even if I don't intervene, but I do want to see if, like, I can use celerity, because I haven't tried it yet. But if I don't have celerity and I try celerity, it might be kind of embarrassing if it doesn't work out. Because if we grab Howard, then, like, that would probably gain us the prince's favor in the long run. Let's try using celerity. I want to see if we have it. Grab Howard. In a split second, you make your choice. Focusing your blood, you dash forward and grab Howard by the back of his jumpsuit, pulling him away from the window. You expect some resistance, but find you don't have to worry about it when a swift cut separates Howard's head from his body. You let go, and the headless corpse slumps to the ground. Qadir is standing between you and the window, his sword drawn, and an ugly smile on his face. Well, Ash, your eagerness is laudable, if unnecessary. That Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate, not facing Qadir's expertise. Yeah, I know, but I wanted to suck up because, yeah, I figured that it might get me a reward. However, I have made note of the show of loyalty on both you and your patrons' accounts. I would like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this Anarch thug to my and Qadir's attention. I assume all have found the verdict satisfactory? It's a rhetorical question. Everyone here knows it. Everybody here knows it. And I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night to all of you. She steps out of the room, and you see that many of the guests move to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with somebody, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. Yeah, Sara, I think you were right. You probably have the time to strike up a conversation of your own, too. Qadir is it Asma or Asmay? I'm gonna look it up. Or is it Asmai? Like the thing that the pronunciation website was telling me. I'm not entirely sure. That's a credible source, though. It's definitely an Arabic name. Yeah. I'll Asmay. Asmay? Where's my? You probably have time. I've read that already. Yeah. Getting ready to leave. Larson is still moping around, and the other man you notice before Qadir brought the Anarch. It's hard for me to tell how to pronounce it based on the anglicization. Yeah, I feel that. That's understandable. Fair enough. I think maybe, but Larson is still mopping around, and the other man you notice before Qadir brought the Anarch is still chatting with the remaining attendants. Asmai. That makes more sense. Slightly. Yeah, okay, yeah. Asmai. Alright. Talk to Robert Larson again. Talk to the sociable man. Starting to zone out. It's getting late. Talk to Qadir. Talk to Qadir before he leaves. No, we need to talk to Qadir. Because we were told to. That's better, closer, but it's hard to explain how to pronounce things sometimes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this must be, like, not fun for you to watch me butcher Arabic. I struggle to, like, pronounce things based on how they're written down. Even English words that I haven't heard before, I struggle to pronounce them just by seeing them written. I usually need to hear someone say it, which is why I try and look for those, like, auditory, like, pronunciation videos, but, like, some of them don't seem right. Some of them don't seem accurate. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide you won't get a better shot at saying your piece. He's just sheathing his sword as you approach him. He notices you just before his face turns from a melancholic frown back to his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a moment of reflection. I feel like maybe I should drop the southern accent for him, especially if I was doing the southern accent for the other guy, but the other guy's dead now, so I guess we don't need to worry about getting confused. What is it, Ash? What is it, Ash? I want to thank you for bringing me here. Is everything alright? I want to thank you for bringing me here. In one piece, for giving me a chance. An emotion creeps onto Qadir's face that you haven't seen the sheriff exhibit yet. Is that gratitude? It's fleeting, only there for a moment, gone in the blink of an eye. It was trying on my nerves. Sorry, forgot I was doing the accent for him. It was trying on my nerves, and you were still far and away from proving that it was the right thing to do, so don't think that a few kind words will let you off the hook. Still, I have to admit, I was surprised as the prince when you jumped at the opportunity to stop that Anarch from escaping. I was sure Valerie would have beat you to it. Valerie, interesting. Who's Valerie? If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Are you so mean? That's probably not going to go over well. Do you enjoy being sheriff? Can you tell me something about Sophie? Huh. Do you enjoy being sheriff? Tell me, do you enjoy this? Being a sheriff for Prince Panhard? Enjoyment has nothing to do with this. It's my duty. When Calibros asked me to fill the shoes of the sheriff and root out our enemies, I was glad to serve the sect. When Helene became prince and asked that I keep doing this, I agreed, because I believe in the Camarilla, and I respect the fact that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Well, I don't know if the Camarilla really does service the needs of the many, but okay. He picks up the sword and turns toward the stairs. If more kindred understood that, my job would be much duller, though. On that note, I wish you a good night. And watch yourself. You've missed up my batting average, so I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you. Oh yeah, he also likes baseball. That's the other thing that doesn't... That's like a thing about him that I made me like... Ugh. Like, he makes baseball references sometimes, and I'm like, okay, fine. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. It's right about when Sophie also ends her conversation and walks over to you. Interesting evening, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs through a very nice lobby and a luxurious-looking hall into her domain. Please have a seat. I shall be right with you. Okay. I think maybe after this scene plays, I need to save it and wrap it up for now. You take in your surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery. An old-school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once, and a nouveau riche's living room, meticulously combined together. Apologies. Old habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. She drags on her cigarette and breathes out. Breathes? How is she doing that? Can you do that? Oh yes, you might not know. It takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. But I did not bring you here to show off. This is where I rest these nights. That door in the back? The bedroom? Similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I need your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I meant it, but that's not the whole story. Oh boy. I have your interests in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven, why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me, or else this won't work. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something, when you're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen often. I would ask you to come here when you wake up tomorrow. I have something to discuss with you. Why not discuss it right now, since we're here together? I still need to follow up on a few things before we speak. Patience, fledgling. That's silence again. There is definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you, just yet. I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. We'll give you a lift. A quick trip, a promise that you'll show up tomorrow, and some polite goodbyes later. You open the door to your haven and gather your thoughts. It's exciting in a way, being dragged deeper and deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you is bound to teach you more about this thing you've become. You sink into your vampiric sleep with just a sliver of hope. It's a welcome change. There we go. Alright. I think I need to save it here. Or I'll read this and I'll save it. Oh, did I miss the first part of that? Or, no, I just scroll up. Once more darkness falls upon the city. You wake up, same as you have these past few nights, in a windowless room. As you pry open the reinforced steel door, you look out the window to see, invariably, a sky bereft of sunlight, and then it hits you. The hunger. Okay. Save. Save and exit. I do appreciate that you can just save wherever in this game. Alright. So, I think that's gonna be it for today, because it's almost 5. And we need to have dinner soon. And also my throat is giving up on me. I can feel it. So, yeah, I'm gonna be streaming this tomorrow. I'm gonna say 11:30 and try and be ready by 11:30. If I plan my time better, hopefully I won't be late this time. If I can, like, shower before I go to bed tonight, then I won't have to shower tomorrow morning, and then I shouldn't need as much time to get ready. But yeah, I'm also gonna keep trying to do, like, vampire looks for these streams. I will have to try and, like, get a little creative to see what I can come up with. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. I really like it. It breaks my heart that I can't play as a Malkavian, because, like, that's, like, something that I love doing in Bloodlines, but such is life, I guess.